taking on T1. T1 already 1-0 up in this series, making their way out onto the rift here and seeing whether they can collect themselves match point.
Are we getting a cheese?
I mean, you have Blitz and Annie. I think you can invade, if you want to. Oh, he doesn't know.
Well, there's the flash hook! All right, immediately Chovy has to respond with his own as he breathes some lightning sporadically around the rift in frustration. And GUMAYUSI immediately knocked up, but just presses the ghost button. The hook is going to be used in response. And yeah, they managed to get a ghost, but that is all they're going to be able to find with Doran's flash invested.
And that was the thing, Gen.G knew that their timing window was gone. The second you see Sion get to lane and he's like, well, I'm supposed to be laning against somebody who's not here. So they kind of tried to force it, but it just means that Doran's now down a flash, down a TP, and yes, you get a bit of damage onto GUMAYUSI, but not really enough to push him out of lane.
No, you only have your Q, right? So it's not like you can...
Area moving into the river. Ona coming down now as well. 3 versus 4, but Chovy is moving in. A bit of a split here on the Gen.G side as Faker versus Chovy is going Faker's way. Carrier taking a lot of damage. Grey health now there for Delight as well as Carrier is going to get taken down. And first blood goes to the Jinx. The flash Abyssal Voyage to come through for Delight.
Not happening, although maybe a follow-up fight.
Yeah, that's the flash forward here from Peanut. Ona, fantastic spell shield as the hook does come forward, but I don't know whether Carrier really wanted it. As he gets interrupted, the Chompers were set up. And Ona now very, very low on health, but without a flash, still has his life.
Really nicely done there. If Owner doesn't catch that spell shield, I think...
The hook, Carrier, over the wall, will be spotted by the minions, though.
Yeah, Chovy does have to be a little bit careful about bears raining from the sky, and is going to back away from that one. And Gen.G also going to back away from Shelly, who is being started. T1 now with control of this topside river, and they should be able to collect the second neutral objective for themselves in a row, as Doran on this bottom side wanting to trade for plates.
And this is the only upside, I think. Gen.G, Paze needs to catch the wave on top. And even though they can't contest the Herald, Doran is really far behind. And him being able to pick up a plate, pick up a couple of waves, I think actually kind of gets him back into the game because he was getting snowballed against by Zeus Saya.
Does mean Gen.G's on the weak side of the map, though. And already you can see GUMAYUSI Carrier here. I wouldn't be surprised to see Owner try and wrap around here and just put a ton of pressure.
And immediately the paranoia comes down. The fear is going to come through, but another hook is going to land, and GUMAYUSI grabs that kill for himself. Now Paze just has to look on as the corpse of the Tahm Kench is going to remain. So teleport to come through here, but Faker is in position. Paze running for the hills, but there's nothing he can do. The bear is going to be enough, and it's a solo kill for Faker. Now Chovy, he's going to throw down the stars, but I don't think it's going to be enough to keep him alive. And T1 just destroy Gen.G in the top lane.
Wait a
Peanut, can he find some resets here as this Viego, as they do manage to get one execution onto Faker, but one kill does come through for Peanut.
And the biggest thing there, Doran tried to TP and he got denied again. If Doran is in that fight, Gen.G have a chance, right? And you also saw Chovy is teleporting in there with the assumption that they're actually going to be able to commit to the play, but because Zeus is able, I think it was the ultimate, to again deny Doran to join the fight, Gen.G get caught off guard, and T1 is able to win the fight.
Oh, it's heartbreaking stuff for Gen.G and T1. Like, the fact that they managed to slow down the pace of the game, we kind of said, look, at least Doran's getting some stuff back, but the fact
Other body slam flash as Faker is going to use the cast to taxi his way out. Paranoia comes in yet again as the stars do once again descend. Faker goes golden, but I have a feeling he's still going to go down, and that is Peanut getting yet another kill. Delight going to go down in response, though, as it's a 1-for-1. Chovy is flying towards them. The breath is going to come through onto the Scion, but he's still going to be able to remain alive as Gen.G come alive here in this mid-game a little.
Reset City was nearly being built there for Gen.G between both the Jinx and the Viego. They were nearly able to take over that fight, but T1 do back away, and Gen.G get the drag.
T1, you don't have the pyramids, okay? You need to go for the proper channels, and now Gen.G trying to start the dragon, but are getting contested.
Yeah, GUMAYUSI under 50% health right now without any summoner spells. That's why he's hanging so far back. As Doran also relatively low, and they slink in, and it's just going to be a full heist. As T1 just walk on over and say, no, that's mine. They will pick that one up.
They didn't even have the city permit. It was
No.
completely gone.
No, T1 did do their work. Yeah, they're fine.
That was very strange. It's almost like they were kicking them out of their own house, you know, in really does help them out as for their game plan. So we're going to check this one out one more time.
I mean, the fact that Faker gets a flash off here is absolutely massive. And I did kind of think at this stage T1 would dissipate. Like, Zayas not able to get in there, but great stun coming through from Chovy. Faker has to go golden. And that hook from Kerry just barely missing Pays and getting to light means you've actually got your front line there. And when the reset starts to come through, you can see big big CC coming through from Peanut.
Zeus.
All right, Dragon breathing on him for a moment as Doran gets in there with the body slam. There's a cast that's going to work out as Paranoia comes in. Can Ona actually save his top lane? The answer's no, but the rest of the T1 cavalry has now arrived. The skies are descending on top of them. Decent knockups are down as well, but the Scion, in fact, the Viego is going to fall. Looking to come on forward yet again as Peanut collecting it, but his own version of the zombie mode is going to go down. That was so confusing, gentlemen. My brain exploded.
That he's able to do by just continuously standing behind his two meatballs. And here what we see is T1, as they often do, attempting to really turn this one around, but I think they kind of underestimated how fast Zeus was going to go down.
Yeah, also the fact that you managed to steal away the Scion there, get a good knock up onto Owner, and this just sets up beautifully then for the rest to follow up to come through. So really nice job there from
An email over to G-Sun.
Okay,
and we
can
can
get that
yet
process
another one.
started. Get the right permits, yeah, get it done.
It reminds me of 2019 all over again.
I'll move in with Ox, it'd be great.
Rocket grab is going to land, and immediately Delight is going to get taken down. Not enough great health going to be eaten to keep him alive there. And that is Ona picking up the kill. Now T1 with a big advantage, move towards the mid lane.
Really big mistake from Delight. You know that Keria is going to be fishing, and without a Kench, Pays isn't really going to be able to play this upcoming team fight. And now T1 looking at Soul Point here for a Mountain Soul. Really big win for them.
Absolutely huge, and they also get the charge in the mid lane as well, so that turret very, very close to going down. Delight now making his way back, but it's not going to be enough to get them into position around this Drake whatsoever. So that Soul Point that you were talking about, Earth, Wind, and Fire locked down here for T1. And now they're looking to augment that with an outer turret in this mid lane as well. A really big moment here for T1 in this game if they can lock that one down. Gen.G going to deny it for the moment. T1 will walk away.
Yeah, you can see Gen.G were trying to set up for something. Chovy over the wall, maybe get a pick with Kerry beforehand. So trying to get this mid lane turret down is the big one. And Kerry, this is...
I would have flashed. I would have just flashed.
That's really big though, because Keria uses his flash, right? And obviously you can still get caught, but it takes away a lot of the pressure. And Pays, he's unfazed. He doesn't care, just walks it off.
I am, but Keria.
Well, the Abyssal Voyage is going to come through there as Keria. We may have cursed him just a little. They get the Devour out, and Keria didn't go down without a fight, but he still will go down. Peanut locks up the kill for Gen.G.
Just brilliant stuff. I mean, the fact that they managed to get the turnaround there, the E coming through from Delight makes it very, very easy. And now Peanut wants to see what he can do in the Blitzcrank, but everyone...
Yeah, Peanut just looking for it. Does not find the stun there onto Faker as the Abyssal Dive does come through. Ona looks for that opportunity. It's a phenomenal ult from Chovy there as Faker is going to be the result of that. But now T1 members do outnumber them. The flash out, decent cask to come through from the grave. But GUMAYUSI is flashing on top of them. It's a double kill already. Make it a triple. And T1 will walk out the victors.
A crucial there is that Peanut could... Oh, Pays.
Flash forward there as Owner is not going to be able to secure him. And he will get to safety.
A crucial there is that a lot went down and Peanut couldn't start the resets. I think maybe because of the vision denial and Zay is standing on top, he was immediately channeling his decimating smash. So Peanut couldn't get close, couldn't get more kills going. And now, 21 minutes, T1 about to pick up the Baron.
Yep, yet another T1 Baron to come through here, their third for the series so far, as Zeus is going to dive forward towards Pays, gets a full channel on the Q, and Faker just mops it up.
It was going so well until it really wasn't for Gen.G.
Yeah.
T1 now immediately putting the foot on the accelerator. 6 kills for GUMAYUSI, nearly his third item. And I'm going to say Faker dodged these abilities, but definitely Chovy had to try and come in to rescue this one because it wasn't looking so hot at the start.
And what we see, even with the ultimate going down there, right, Guma is so much faster to the fight. So you're lacking so much damage, and we know how aggressive the T180 carry tends to be. As
Speaking of which, he's going to get cast away. We'll see whether Doran is going to survive. He's pretty tanky right now as Peanut as well, fighting against Ona, who's moving forward. Delight looks for the tongue lash, but Zeus is here as well. One after the other. T1 are bearing down on Gen G. The Tibbers not going to find too much value, but still they're going to be able to get it. The hook's going to land once again, and Doran will fall down. T1 now looking for an inner turret off the back end, and this Red Bull Baron power play is only going to get higher and higher. Currently 4,000 gold, they're looking for more.
A T1 are angry. 23 minutes and they're already going to crack the base.
Oh, no, the hook! Oh, man, he's addicted to fishing. Chovy tries to find the ult, but nothing more is going to be found. The inhibitor will fall down, and T1, is this all you want to take from this, or is there more in the tank?
I think they can back off, because in 10 seconds, that Mountain Drake is spawning. Possibility here to get the Mountain Soul and basically take Gen G out of
Would say so, as, yeah, Zeus not going to take any damage from almost anyone at this point. This Scion very happy in this particular game. And Gen G, we mentioned the scaling advantage that they had. Their Nexus may explode before they've been able to scale, which is what we alluded to earlier on in this game. And now T1 on this Mountain Soul point, they will be able to just take down this, collect themselves a soul, and Gen G haven't found a neutral objective all game. They haven't found a turret all game.
And it's something that, sure, domestically they don't necessarily prioritize dragons, but they are then able to trade cross-map, right?
Yeah.
They're able to get a turret, which right now hasn't happened yet. Get a Herald, and when we talk about scaling, right, I think obviously with Jinx and with Asol, yes, these are very strong, but it's not like Annie and Aphelios. If they can get on top of that back line, they can still wreak havoc, and right now it looks like Gen G isn't getting an opportunity to play the game.
Yep, Owner on the flank does have that paranoia available. Peanut will find him. Let's see what T1 are going to be able to find. First, it's going to be the inner turret. Then, looks like Peanut is on the menu. Owner still looking for more, but Peanut slinks into his own mist, and he will be able to get himself out of the way.
Yeah, they need to go back and deal with this wave. He's pushing in topsides. T1 again should be able to just take.
Well, Peanut is once again just trying to stop T1 from being able to take whatever they want, but so far it's been unsuccessful all game, and it is going to remain that way as the inner turret is going to be taken down. All inners now removed. One inhibitor turret also taken down. Gen G just scrambling to find anything. T1 moving towards a 10,000 gold lead. And Peanut has to dash, gets himself out of the way of the hook once again here for Carrier. As Peanut just throws a bear at him, and there's only so many times you can dodge it, Peanut. This was not one of them. And now it looks like this inhibitor turret's going to go down.
And if you're a Gen G fan, that one feels very recognizable.
Oh dear, Faker flashing forward, finds a big old bear, and there is a Devour, but Delight's not going to be able to save his whole team. As GUMAYUSI grabs the first kill, Owner's going to grab another. It's a double here for the Aphelios, and I think game 2 is just done and dusted. T1 taking Gen G down for the second time in a row in this series. They will find match point, and we'll see whether Gen G has anything left.
Oh, he got him!
Anything else in the... Oh, my goodness.
Sold
Another hook, and I think if we were going to do player of the game, which we don't do here at MSI, but I give it to Carrier for this one, as Peanut going to look for Zeus, but he's not going to find it then.